Okay, so what we're going to do today is we are going to do an audit. So I want to show you what it looks like when we do an audit for a client. The concept is that you can take these ideas for your practice and put them into play. We're going to go through the website first, then we're going to look at their Facebook ads, and then we're going to look at some of the other things that are involved in this business, such as where they're placed and what's going on with what's happening. Now, one of the first things I see right away is I don't see an offer. Right here is an absolute gold mine of people who come to this website that should be given an offer, which is 10% off your first visit, $100 off any service, right? So we're missing a very clear element right away to try and capture data. This is all about data capture. So the most important thing to do is when someone comes to your website is how can we get their information to give them value? So just putting a statement out there doesn't help. Now, obviously, we've got all the treatments here. And again, same issue if we just go to the Botox page here. What you're going to see is read more. We're missing an offer, right? We see pricing, which is really interesting. So we're interested in giving some pricing, right? But we're not interested in giving them offers. And now we're going to be brought to maybe a general pricing page. Okay. So again, here's a huge faux pas. You're basically saying, okay, here's my pricing. Go find someone else who may be cheaper, right? Because this is sort of giving away your secret sauce as a client. I mean, to your client, which is that here's my pricing. Here's my pricing, right? So I understand that most people think that they need to, be relevant, but this is where if you're going to do something, what you may want to do here is say, even if it was this simple page, which is $100 off first time client, click here to book your appointment, right? So that's an incredibly important thing to think about. One of the big issues we see all the time is not thinking about the customer journey when people put together websites. So again, just think through the basics, and this will help you. So I would suggest if you're going to go to a page, have your offer right here. $100 off your first session, or 10% off, get your pricing. And when they say pricing, I think you automatically end the story. If you bring them to a pricing page, then they click back and they're done. Why not get their information and then take them to a pricing page, right? Special pricing, click here. Okay, you get your information. I think that's where you start to get into the process of really thinking about what you're trying to accomplish, which is that you want to bring data into your business. Now let's look at the next strategy here, which is they are running Facebook ads in this particular thing. So we're doing an audit. We can see here's their Facebook page, which is fine. Again, but they're then putting their offers in their Facebook page, right? So you have 30% off introductory offer, but no one sees this because this is an ad that's, a post. It's not being posted into the ad strategy. But if we go to the ad management, so now let's go to the ads. So now we can see the ads. They're running these CryoSkin ads, which are fine. But remember, one of the things that we're trying to do is get someone's attention. And you're jamming all these things into one little thing that's being shown on someone's phone. They can't really see this. It's almost, I can't even really see this. What you really want to do is you want to put your offer in your language right here, $100 off, or at the bottom, so that people see what you're doing. The offer needs to be present. People buy because they're provided value. So put your offer as much as you can to be prevalent. If you see any of the other competitors in the market, you'll see they've always got 50% off, 20% off, 100,000% off, $9 off, whatever it might be, that they put it into the thing. Barely can see this little $100 off first session, limited time only. Okay, we see this. Again, and this is going back this learn more is not going to a separate page to talk about learning more. And actually, you don't learn more. All you're given is information about how to give you your name and your address through Facebook. So that's not really a true statement. If you really want to take this, you take them to a landing page with the offer and the strategy. Now, we can see here, this little video is probably the best thing that's on this entire screen because we're actually seeing what this is about. But we don't see any faces. So I'd recommend, if you're going to do this, zoom out, show this procedure, get rid of these pictures here because we understand what the concept is. You're trying to jam so much into one little frame. Jam out, zoom out. Let's see a practitioner. Let's see a face of the person who's not in pain, right? They're enjoying it, and so that we actually see the whole thing. And I think that's a critical component. Again, way too much information. No one's reading this. It's on a phone, and it's bad lighting. You're never going to see this. This is again, I get the concept of what they're trying to get at, which is the New Year's resolution. But let's talk about what bullet points should be here, which is that lose weight, not painful, all the things that people need to see in 3 bullet points to make a decision with the offer, $100 off or 50% off or whatever the number is that you need to put in here. Don't make the costly mistake of running ads and not having intention built to make it simple for your patients to understand what's going on. And yes, these may work to some degree, but the comparison of having a very, very obvious offer, a very, very obvious strategy. Again, this is a perfect one that would have been a video, and then that would have worked real well because it would have got someone's attention. We've seen the whole thing. But we don't have the offer, and we don't have the bullet points up top here. So bullet point, bullet point, bullet point, actually offer, bullet point, bullet point, bullet point. That will skyrocket your conversions. Now let's look at just the next thing, which is we want to, so this is obviously this company, although they say they're integrative healthcare, 90% of their business is just all med spa business. So this is where their main business comes from. And so if we try and type in med spa near me in the area, we see here's your ads, but we don't see them come up in the directory listings. We also don't see them coming up in the map listings below this. So their main theory is that they are listed as a wellness center. So Google's going to completely treat you differently than a med spa, so you have to be very careful about how you list yourself in the listings, because this will eliminate you from the map pack. So someone searching locally for this is never going to be able to find you if they're looking for those general med spa terms, which if you got to be careful about what you do when you start to set yourself up. These things can be changed pretty quickly. Now here's another thing. We also see a Groupon offer. And the question is, if you're going to be doing Groupon offers, why not run them in Facebook? How much money can you possibly make off of $40 when you could run $175 in Facebook and then do a 50% off and not have to pay Groupon half this money anyways? So, these are the things that, when you start talking about profitability and doing things correctly, you can run Groupon type ads, but run them under your Facebook ad so that when people are actually going to find you, they'll be taken back to your page with a landing page to then even have other services. So these are some basic things to think about for your own website if you're watching this for a way to think about doing better with your business. Hope you enjoyed this audit. I'll do more of these if you're interested.